We are building jobs at a level that nobody's ever seen before.
Mid-year revisions revealed the U.S. economy had added fewer jobs through March 2025 than initially reported, casting doubt on the strength of earlier labor market gains. Recent hiring has been modest, with private sector job creation averaging just over 14,000 per week.
By the way, the stock market just hit, perfect timing for your show, just hit an all-time high. We're doing really well.
Can I ask you, Mr. President, on that point, though, when the stock market is doing well, that doesn't affect everybody. Not everybody's invested in the stock market.
It does.
In reality, when the stock market is doing well, it does not affect everybody. Stock gains go to the wealthy. Over 80% of U.S. stocks are owned by the top 10% of households.
But for people that don't have 401ks or are not invested in the stock market,
but
they've seen their grocery prices go up, inflation.
No, you're wrong. They went up under Biden. Right now, they're going down.
No, grocery prices are not going down right now. In fact, grocery prices are still rising. Since January 2025, when Trump became president, food costs have increased nearly 3%, with staples like bread, meat, and produce remaining high.
And in the meantime, I've solved 8 wars. I knocked out 8 wars. I have 8 wars. I brought a little list for you if you'd like to see it. But I took 8 wars and stopped during an 8-month period, during 8 months before the 9th month.
No, Trump did not definitively end 8 wars. While he has claimed credit for resolving multiple international conflicts, fact-checkers and foreign policy experts say the number is exaggerated and includes ceasefires or diplomatic efforts that don't meet the definition of ending a war.
We have a closed border right now. You probably noticed that for 5 months in a row, they have 0, think of this, 0 people coming into our country through our southern border.
No, the U.S. border is not fully closed, and people are still entering the country. The U.S. border is highly restricted, but not closed. There have been 238,000 apprehensions in fiscal year 2025. Experts estimate that for every person apprehended at the border, between 1 and 2 may evade detection, meaning potentially 238,000 to 476,000 illegal immigrants could have entered the U.S. unnoticed in fiscal year 2025. The system is tighter than in previous years, but zero entry is not accurate.
Inflation, I've already taken care of. We had the worst inflation in the history of our country, and now we don't have inflation. It's at 2%. It's the perfect inflation.
Inflation hasn't been taken care of. Everyday costs like groceries and rent are still climbing. Analysts note that tariffs and supply chain policies may be fueling inflation in certain sectors. Many Americans still feel the pinch from rising prices in daily essentials.
And can you just answer that question that tariffs have led to inflation? They have led to an increase in cost of living for most Americans.
We have no inflation. We have no inflation.
Tariffs have added to inflation in 2025 by raising costs on imported goods like electronics, vehicles, and furniture. Analysts estimate they've increased overall prices by about 1.3%, costing the average U.S. household roughly $1,800 this year. As of September 2025, the U.S. inflation rate stands at 3.0%, with food and housing still driving everyday costs higher.
Energy is way down. You know, you're going to have $2 gasoline very soon. Nobody could believe it. You were at $4, $5, $6, and even $7. Look at the cost of gasoline in California, what it was. I brought it down.
Falling gas prices often signal economic weakness when driven by lower demand. If consumers and businesses are driving less, shipping less, or cutting back on travel, it often reflects slower economic activity. That's a red flag. Experts say this is one reason gas prices have recently dropped across the U.S.
Mr. President, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Nora.
Thank you.